Smith, you have been challenged. You will go to Australia. There you will be given 5 tasks. Should you fail one of these tasks, we will make you do something really horrid. The more you fail, the more unpleasant it will become. You have 5 days.
Shark!
Get going.
This is Australia, the place they call God's own country. Certainly it's pretty enough. But does that mean my challenges this time are going to be nice and relaxed and easy? Well, I should be so lucky. Lucky. And here's Mia. She's going to be my fixer. She's got my first challenge ready.
Can I grab?
Thanks, darling. Oh dear.
Challenge 1. Eat a roadkill sandwich at 14,000 feet.
Australia is renowned for its bizarre wildlife. Unfortunately, plenty of it ends up dead on the side of the road.
Wallabies crossing.
Oh, can you see it?
Okay, let's turn around and get it. Oh, I can smell it from here. I don't think I can eat that. They're already laying millions of eggs on the floor and eating. Another one over there.
In our enthusiasm to find fresh meat, we risk becoming roadkill ourselves.
Oh, Jesus Christ on the This one no longer has a head left, but there are no flies on it, so it must be pretty fresh. So this is a wallaby. There you go, Skip. The bush tucker man. I'm the road tucker man. Oh man. In this tropical heat, I tell you, the death smell sets in pretty early.
But I wanted a medley of marsupials, so we kept on looking. Then we saw a rodent that would frighten any cat back home. But not, sadly, a truck.
There we go. Rat in a bag.
Actually, that's a big brother of the rat, called a bandicoot.
I think the best eating here is on the back and the legs there. Might carve a bit of steak off that. You a leg man or a breast man? Not bad. There you go. If that was a bit of chicken on your plate, you wouldn't think twice about eating it. Very nice, very tender. It's been tenderised by a 12-ton truck. What are you trying to tell us, Skip? Oh, those guts stink, I'll tell you that. There we go, down the body. And the nasty bit, for any children watching, over the head. Bandicoot head. Disgusting. Okay, these are sizzling up pretty good. What would be really bad, of course, is if I manage to eat the sandwich and then the parachute doesn't work, because as last meals go, I don't think rat has ever been requested by a convict on death row. That's my sandwich taken care of. Let's go and jump out of a plane.
Easy to arrange. Skydiving is a really popular pastime here in Queensland.
Let's rock and roll, guys! This is Tibby, who's my tandem skydive partner. He's very, very gung-ho Hungarian man. He's got a broken jaw. How did you break your jaw, Tibby?
Oh, you don't want to know. I'll tell you later on.
Skydiving. Most of the people we've seen in the skydiving community so far keep going, woo, rock and roll, which makes me think they should really just play musical instruments. Rock and roll, I said rock and roll. I'm more into country and western, which doesn't sound quite so macho when you're jumping out of a plane. Country and western!
By the time we arrived at Cairns Airport, I'd developed a nervous grin to mask the panic building up inside of me. Then it was onto the plane, which worryingly had a hole in the fuselage instead of a door. Before long, it was too late to turn back, although I can assure you I would have tried if I hadn't been securely strapped into a tandem parachute with T-bore. As the field shrunk below us, the full horror of what we were about to attempt became apparent. Sandwich in hand, I watched the first victim plunge into the ether. That was scary enough, but I was up next.
Rock and roll!
with a count of 3, I left a perfectly working aeroplane, armed only with a sudden faith in God and my hideous in-flight meal. That isn't the parachute, it's a guide which helps keep you stable in freefall. Within seconds we'd reached terminal velocity, and it was time to tuck into my sandwich, which as you can see was also travelling pretty fast. The only plus point was I was too terrified to realise how bad it tasted. Only when the chute opened did I begin to notice a distinct flavour of rotting meat, but by that time I was less worried about botulism than breaking a leg when we landed.
Alright! Skydiving while eating is very, very ill-advised. Most of it went up my nostril and in my face. Smith 1, Australia 0.
Challenge 2. Beat a champion chopper.
Well, I was off to a great start against the old enemy, and my next stop was at a rural fair, the sort of thing country folk have to put up with because they can't afford televisions. There was a pageant charting 200 years of Australia's glorious history, from being thieving convicts who were lucky to escape the gallows, all the way up to the modern age. There were the swinging 60s, I bet they were fun round here, and there's a boy dressed as a computer.
You obviously can't do a challenge like this in the big city, so I've come out to the countryside to a little country town called Atherton. We've got a agricultural fair going on. There's all sorts of fairground events, and I'm sure there are going to be some woodchoppers here. They're going to be happy to take on a pom just to prove that England always get beaten by Australia. But that's what they think.
In this final of the Tableland Hardware 275mm standing block handicap.
After a quick stop off at the hot dog stall, I soon managed to locate the choppers, who were all beefy farmers with biceps the size of Popeyes. As the contest got underway, I could see they looked pretty good with an axe, well apart from that buck-toothed boy, obviously. Incredibly, they were soon dragging spectators away from the more traditional fairground attractions. Bizarre as it may seem, this is actually a recognised sport in Oz, and professionals can earn a tidy living by reducing bits of wood to matchsticks in the fastest possible time. Clearly, I'd need a lesson before I took them on.
This is Brett. He's the secretary and handicapper in the Northern Division of wood chopping.
Well, I think I need some tips first.
You are a chunky man yourself. You're probably in a good position to give me some advice. So who do you think I should take on? Who frankly is not in good form today?
Who's not in good form? What if you take on this fella here? He's one of our old...
What's his name?
Martin Canal. Martin Canal.
Martin?
Come here, Martin. You're
Can
on
I
TV.
say hello for British television? I've come here to take on an Australian wood chopper.
You sure you're up to challenging someone nearly double your age?
70. Well, surely I can beat you.
And you're what, 30?
38.
Oh,
Same
38?
age as me.
38. There you go. We're both fine figures of men.
Well, I'll accept your challenge.
I'll come along. All right, pal. Look forward to taking you on, Martin.
Yeah, right.
Thanks, Grub.
So the challenge was set, me versus Martin, the 70-year-old chopper. To make him feel better about being a pensioner with arthritis, I let him prove how steady his grip was by shaving me with his axe.
There you go, there's my stubble. Can I carry it?
I wasn't even sure I could lift the block,